a sad season, as a matter of fact, all over Nigeria. Nigeria now or never. We have Jay Martins online now, and I think he's due for another interview with Channel TV. Jay Martins, do we still have you there? If you can share with us before you gotta go do for the other guys, hello, do we still have him there, or have we lost him?
I don't think he's still here.
Okay. Okay. Ugo, we are not seeing you. Ugo, my co-host today. Ugo, are you there? Okay. We are not yet seeing you, Ugo. You might want to log out and log in again. We're not seeing your face. Okay. All right. I'll go on and wait for Ugo to figure out his own side. Today I have a lot of good friends, and they're joining. I'm going to get them to introduce themselves. Some of you just seen their faces, know them, and and then we will. What I'll do is that I'll play a song so we can get. Okay, I think we have Jay Martins back again. Jay Martins, are you there? Hello. Yeah, we can see your face. Yes. I don't know. Okay. I'll get my guests today to introduce themselves. We take it from there. I'll start with you, UC, please. For those, you're not a new person to this show, but for the sake of those that are just tuning in to us today, we'll start with you.
Telling everyone to introduce themselves can be very difficult, but I am an author, and I am also I've tried singing, but I don't think I want to say I'm a singer. But then basically right now what I do is broadcast journalism, and I criticize the social processes through my platform on radio and using all other means. That's basically what I do. Is there anything?
Awesome. No, that's good. That's good. Yes, and we go to Ice. Ice, you have to unmute yourself to talk. You're muted. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, good evening, everybody. My name is Chimere Chukwuka Ice. I'm a musician, a musicologist, and and a believer.
Good.
That's who I am.
Good. Awesome. We go to Lorenz, please. Thank you. Welcome, Ice. Yeah, Lorenz.
Hi, good evening, everyone, and good day to those not in Nigeria. I'm not sure it's evening where you are.
Yes.
Okay, good. So, my name is Lorenzo Menakaya. I am an on-air personality, and I am an actor. I'm a filmmaker, and I'm a singer, and I'm planning to drop a single in a few days. You didn't tell me. I have not told me that. But you haven't made yourself available to be told. I've 6 times, and I haven't been able to see you. Okay, so let's not open that one.
Yes, let's leave that one for now. Go on.
Most recently, I'm also working on a book because I made the film. I wasn't able to exhaust the story I wanted to tell in the film. So I realized that instead of making a part 1 and part 2 and part 3, it's best for me to put it down in the book. So I'm working on a book that will exhaust the story, and it's going to be quite awesome. Amen.
Awesome. Amen. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead. I want to play music, and then we'll get back and we'll start talking, because there's a lot that we need to talk about today. Honestly, that's quite a lot. But let's listen to this.
3 girl suicide bombers have attacked a town in northeastern Nigeria. Conversations are ongoing on the prevalence of Osu caste system in southeast Nigeria. At least 59 people have been killed and another 527 injured in a mass shooting at Las Vegas concert. In Cameroon, reports suggest that 17 people were killed in protests over the weekend. That's the headlines on Big World News. Stay tuned, it's welcome to
Things are getting really bad. Everybody seems to think. Old ones talking about the yesterday they used to know. People crying out, calling on the government. Children crying, is there hope for tomorrow? Is there any hope for tomorrow? Is there hope for tomorrow? Is there any hope?
They were so in love, but distance came and broke her heart. The mind started a picture in her of things that aren't but can really be true. He said he loves her, but trust her nature here. Now she's crying. Is there hope for tomorrow? Oh, is there any hope for tomorrow? Is there hope for tomorrow? Is there any hope? She's got all it takes, but yet can see herself through school.
Mama's dead, dad's dead. She's just a little orphan girl.
He said he'd help her, but he ends up abusing her.
Now she's got herself killed.
Father, 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 help us. Father, 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 help us. Father, 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 help us.
Father, 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 Father.
There is hope for tomorrow.
There is hope. Thank you, Jesus.
At Solid FM, and looking at what is going on, it's been more timely. As if you've gone through the lyrics of the song, very more timely. And I think we have to resume playing.
Yeah, no, you're alive. You're alive.
Yeah.
You see, go on, you're alive.
Okay.
Yes.
So, like I was saying, I remember getting the song from, I think it was Lorenzo, and beautiful duets with a clear message. With a clear message. Probably a bit prophetic, because
absolutely,
if you look at what inspired the song, and look at the situation we are faced with right now, one will say is even more timely than when they did that song. So for me, I think it's prophetic. The message is prophetic, and come the few days, I think I'm going to get back the song and then start playing it again, because while it's okay to protest and do all of that, more than ever, we need Jesus more than ever, we need God.
Yes.
And when you see these young people protesting beyond good governance and beyond all of the things that governance can make available, they also need the intervention of the God factor, something beyond all of themselves. And I don't know whether it's what do they say, whether it's just coincidence that in other places of the world there are protests going on. So beyond just the typical Nigerian bad governance, there seems to be a message that is resounding all over the world that beyond the government, because the government can actually give us everything. So beyond the protest, it's a cry for something that the government can give. They probably don't know that. So just like the song says, I mean, we need Jesus more than ever.
Yeah, thank you, UC, for that amazing, insight into that song. Now, Lawrence, we've not had you in this show, and I didn't tell you that I was going to play that song, but but we just wanted to know what was going in your heart and in your mind when, looking back now, doing that song with eyes and looking at what is happening today. And just like you see saying, what's going on in your mind? And, as you even listen to that song now with the current situation of Nigeria, excuse me.
Okay, so primarily, when I was looking for, I think the way we came about that song, I just finished making a film, my very first short film.
Okay.
And we're looking for a soundtrack. The film had to do with hope. I mean, a boy that had the sickle cell and was tired of living, and needed, to stay alive. And, so I was already writing a song. Then Chimera came and told me that she had something that was good that could continue. When I heard it, I was shocked because it was as if every line of it, because in filmmaking, I do not like telling the whole story exactly. Like the song wasn't like telling us that one boy had sickle cell and all that. So, but I wanted something that was all encompassing, that was preaching a particular message that was needed at that time. The boy needed hope, and he represented the nation Nigeria in its sick place, and we needed hope. So she sang the song to me and insisted I was going to. I was also going through a crisis of the voice. My voice was terrible. Had issues then. I had cried for nights. I had prayed for almost a year. I couldn't sing anything. So I was going to the studio. I don't know what happened. It was I asked questions. I said I needed surgery or something. So that period, and she insisted I was going to sing on that song. So I said, let's try now. But there was something about the nature. I mean, the texture of that voice, of my voice on that song, is different from my vocal texture now. That one was kind of crafty, not clear, craft. But that is also another message to it, because there is hope for tomorrow.
Yeah.
That even made me, So then she knows I'm crazy about my nation, Nigeria. I love Nigeria. I had a show on radio I created. I called it the I Love Nigeria Show. I only called people on the phone. I only interviewed people that love. If you say you don't love Nigeria, I would end the show. I'll end it with you. It was just typical, so it just fit in. So she knew, and she had a song also that was talking about I am Nigeria, I am the future, which also goes along with that. And UC would always say this thing that the only nation I can call my own is Nigeria, and all of these things stick. In my room, I have, I don't know if I should flip the camera and show you on my wall. I have things that show that I'm typical Nigerian. For instance, this is, in Igbo, Jehovah Buenas on the capital on my wall. And then, and I saw, this is in honor of Nigeria. Ebonye Bikona Watch.
Come on.
Because it's my country.
Yes.
Then here is Shoiwoji Kachili.
Wow. Wow.
So I had to put these things on the wall to always remind me.
That's where you did them yourself.
Because I did it myself. That's good. Okay. That's good.
Wow.
That's good. That's good. So Hope for Tomorrow was just like who we are. Myself, Chimere, and the host of other friends that we were lucky to have the greatest friend ever. You know, from our group, we had a group actually, a musical group called Q, and you know, our group. It was just as if we all had the same vision to see Nigeria good. So it was just us. We had a song. We had a song in Chimere that we didn't complete, and that was different parts.
Come on, it's happening already.
Different parts of the body. It's called Different Parts of the Body. We've not finished that song.
Okay.
You know, we've been trying to. So, but then, just what I'm trying to say, bottom line is that it's us. It's who we are.
Yes.
We are.
Wow.
You know, so immediately the song came, I said, yeah, let's keep flowing. That's us.
Wow. Thank you, Lawrence, for that insight. For me, it's always good to know what is happening in people's mind when they create. Because when you understand that, then what they've created that you're enjoying will even make a better meaning. And then you can really harness all that they were anticipating to get across through their creation. I'm a certified coach with John Maxwell, and one of the things I love about that group is the ability to sit and listen to John Maxwell talk about the book that he has written, the mind behind it, you know, what he was going up in his mind while he was reading it. So when you read his book and then hear him tell you and share with you what was going on while he was writing then you will know just the book doesn't do, doesn't do the justice. I mean, for example, you just spoke on the voice, your voice while that recording happened, and you were able to say, okay, is that on itself is equally a hope that is now being actualized because you've continued and you are doing amazing things. For those that are just joining, that was Lawrence, and he's many things. Produced a lot of movies. I see him every now and then doing talk shows. I'm waiting, and I'm believing one day he will end up with Oprah. And then I'll be screaming from Canada, "That's my God!" I'm beginning to get a little prophetical here. Well, I'm the Maverick Priest. We don't need church to do church because we are the church. Yes.
Church used to be a place.
Yes. Go on, UC.
Church used to be a place.
Yes.
Now there's an experience.
Absolutely. Come on.
And you can create that experience everywhere, anywhere.
Yes.
You guys are making me want to go back to singing.
That's so good. So let's.
That tempts me too much.
Yeah. You see, it's not as if we're not hammering on things. The sadness of the current situation in Nigeria, what happened last night, what has continued to happen even as we speak, because there are videos, text messages, and all that to show for all that. But we'll still set our eyes on the goal, which is the hope that we are sure that we are going to get after all this process. I'm just waiting, trying. Ugo, do we have you now? Are you hearing us? Ugo Kings?
Yes, I'm hearing.
Okay, I'm not seeing you, but that's okay. I will hand over to you so you take it from here. Yes.
Maybe you should quick share on your video. You will see. You just pop up.
Okay, Ugo Kings, did you have that? Ugo. Yeah. I apologize. I changed the software today on them. Like UC said, they were getting used. We'll get back to that one tomorrow. Okay, let's go on. Eyes, what's going on? Again, I'm excited because in the sense that I keep repeating this, the ages of 18 to 39 is about 74 to 77 million. Ages of 18 to 39. And in Nigeria, yeah, 74 to 77 million. When I say that, I remind people that Canada as a nation is 35 million. So just our youth is a nation on itself. And I'm excited that that's the side I'm excited for, that this nation within the nation have reason to say what is going on. What is going on? Ugo, do we have you back now? Ugo Keynes? Yeah. Oh, good. Okay, let's unmute yourself. You're still muted. Unmute yourself.
We can see you.
Yeah, we can see you. Just unmute yourself. We had Jay Martins with us just few minutes before we went live, but I believe he's doing an interview with Channels, and he will be back when he's done, and then he will join us. Ugo, we're waiting for you to unmute yourself. I should keep talking. Don't ever give a pastor the right to keep talking, because they can do 4 or 5 hours. Yeah, people will start getting bored. But you see, I want you to. Okay, Ugo is there. Yeah, Ugo. Go for it.
Yes. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not strangers to what has been these few days. I will soon become, when I say few days, this is going to. Is elapsing 2 weeks now. The current situation in the country. And I have with me here you see Gabriel, Chimere, the Maverick Priest, of course, Lorenzo. Good to see you again after such a long while.
Hello?
Ignorant of what transpired yesterday night, when the government decided to take on the people, to take on the youth, when they decided to go all the way, suppressing the voice of the people, suppressing the voice of the youth. And I remember saying something yesterday that rolling out the armored tanks and pointing the rifles will not in any way be to the advantage of the government. Because already the youth have risen with a voice, with one voice. To state emphatically that it's not business as usual.
Yeah, Ugo is having some network challenges. We just lost him again. Like what he's saying of the events that happened last night and continue to happen this morning. You see, I'm beginning to understand, and this thought came to my mind actually this morning, that for a long time they kept us busy. The governance kept us busy. And what I mean by that, the Igbos were agitating for Biafra, the Yorubas were agitating for Oduduwa, the Northerners, believe it or not, were agitating their own too, and through what you may call Boko Haram or Boko Harafa. like I want to call them. And but something happened. It's like something happened. The youth, which I've always referred to a nation within a nation, kind of woke up and said, by the way, this country, the hope of this country is us. And they began to work together. And now, when you look at some of the things that are happening now, they are beginning to create, to separate us from us. Again, what do you think about that, or am I just daydreaming? This is my observation. Looking at some of the videos that I see coming in, because together I know we can do better things. Yes, UC, can you speak to that, please, if you don't mind?
Now, it's sad to see that the government does not have the correct appraisal of what is going on. And one of the worst commentary of leadership or governance in Nigeria is people surrounding themselves with people who don't tell them the truth. And so, because if this government was thoughtful, they will sit down with maybe analysts and appraise the situation. This is like no other protest.
Yes.
It's like no other protest. And the level of organization has been phenomenal. And today, I got even some more information about what they were doing. And as they protested, as they moved on, you will not see any refuse. You will not see any littering of the streets.
Yes.
We're talking about protesters who tax themselves, raise the money, and employ the services of bouncers. So before you join the group, before you join the protest, they will have to search you and make sure that you do not, carry arms or you're not doing anything else. That was how perfect it has gone down in history as the most well planned. Even those who were part of the Nadeko protest and previous protests have come out to hail the organization.
Yes. Yes.
We have prayed for a very long time, and I think God is answering the prayers. Now, I got angry with a lady who was trying to, make a case, an unforgivable case for the presidency. And she was trying to read unnecessary meaning into probably there are plots to dethrone him and all of that. And say, people were shooting at protesters, unarmed protesters. Let's even assume they have come out to deny that it was not the army. Well, that's not new, because if you follow the stories of killings in the past, the army has always denied involvement. There was a particular case in Zaria where 300 people were killed. The army denied it. But of course, we are not little children, and the whole world is watching. Yesterday, some people were like, wherever you are, put on your live transmission button, and all over the world, people were getting responses from that Lekito Plaza. So let's assume it was not the army. And then you watched, and then they shot till morning and continue shooting. And till this very moment, the president of this country has not said anything as regards what happened yesterday. So, but what they do not know is that this young, of course, you've heard the story of what happened from that night till now. Because if you're shooting at us when we have not done anything, let's show some. So, some talks have gone ahead, and all over the country, there are, in fact, the whole country was on fire. At the point that was down, CDC has not even come back. There are properties burned all over. And you see this, you saying, we did it. So on one occasion, one of the, they were asking, is this part of a protest He said it's not part of the process, it's part of the retaliation for shooting at us. So it's not, and I pray that they begin to tell themselves the truth. Some of them in government are beginning to understand, just like we quoted Asha's lyrics. There is fire and everything.
Yes.
And there's simply, so he said, one day we will wish we put out the fire. So it's not going to, it's not going down. I mean, it's not stopping. So you must do the things that they are demanding. There's no running, there's no place to run to. If you want to run out of a country, good and fine, but what they are pressing as their demands must come to pass.
Yes.
Because that's the only way to liberate this country. Let me stop.
Thank you. Ugo Kings. Do we have you back now?
I think
good. Better.
For the sake of network, I'm trying to change my position now. So let the next person go on.
Okay. But you were sounding good though. You are sounding good where you are now, though. You're sounding good.
It's not consistent.
Okay. No worries.
This is still Nigeria.
This is still Nigeria. You know, I was having a chat with somebody before we went, went live now, and in Lagos, a friend, and I said, "What's going on?" And are you safe? Because I just wanted to make sure she was doing okay, and she said, "Yeah, a lot of killings everywhere. It's rowdy. That she is really pitying the governor of Lagos State." Because he wasn't the one that instructed the soldiers to shoot. And I started laughing. I started laughing. And she said, "Why are you laughing?" I said, "Number one, who plays curfew?" He said, "The governor did." I said, "Okay." I said, "Could we agree, or even agree to disagree, or even allow the thought that he might have been approached and told all you need to do is to put curfew and leave the rest for us?" I said, "That's a possibility." She said, "That's a possibility." I said, "Hold it there." I said, in developed nations, I hate calling Nigeria a third world nation, because the amount of learned and educated people that we produce every year around all over the world. I don't know why we are still referred to it, but it's another topic for another day. In a developed nation, when there is a peaceful demonstration, what the governance and the government of the location does is that they send police, not with armed, not with live ammunitions. They send them, you see the police, they will wear, have a shield, so if something is thrown at them, water or something, it doesn't get to them. But they are there to protect the people that are protesting. Peaceful protection, that's the way it's done. But I think one of the problems that has happened, and I want Lawrence to speak on this when I'm done. Maybe I'm just living in a la land in Canada. Because another friend said as well, when all these things started and we were not hearing our government say anything. And the friend said, once you attack the cows, you will hear from the president. And I think what happened was that we attacked, the young people attacked, or they didn't attack actually, but they protested on another type of cow that we are now finding out that is a cow. Because cow in this case is whatever that gives the governance money. The amount of money made from that Lekki toll gate, has become a cow for them. And that was why, as soon as they saw young people just sitting down, none of them were armed. Okay? Governor, you didn't know that they were sending soldiers. Who took off the cameras? They were taking out the cameras. People were showing that this were being done. You kept quiet. Who took out the lights? That place was lighted very well. You kept quiet. And until they were done, because they were quite organized, you came for their cow, so they came for you. And they started shooting. And the videos are there. And when I look at the ammunitions that were being released on unarmed peaceful demonstrators, I wonder where those military men were when Boko Haram were taking over states in Nigeria. I wonder where these military men and their parties. I wonder, because when I look at the videos of our military men for Boko Haram, I don't see the kind of vehicles and ammunitions that are being released over safe people that are protesting, young people that are protesting. You can see I'm kind of, I don't know, I don't want to use the word getting angry, because it's over. This situation is really a sad situation. Lawrence, let me ask. Recently, somebody else was just telling me that, and it was confirmed in this show that I think it was UC that made that reference, where police, SARS, no, it wasn't UC, it was another guest yesterday from On Nature, said that the SARS have POS, and they were, they were taking money with POS.
Isn't that
I mean, when do you call crazy?
That's one of the things the youth want to see happening. Now, if people operated the way they were operated and made huge sums off their victims, are we not supposed to be seen as a country tracing those monies?
Wow.
If the government has said, okay, look at the list of the people who are or who were taxed, look at the account numbers, and we're tracing them. And we have found out that this person had some sums of money that we can't how they earned it. There will be no people on the streets. The youths will know that the decisive move by government to change things. As someone has said, why are they still, when the government has shown indication that they want to change things, why are they still on the streets? They are on the street because they don't want it to be the same rhetorics, political rhetorics. People in government cannot be seen shielding these people. People are calling for a forensic audit of the SARS, for instance, the one of Kuzu. It is land. People are even buried in that compound. The dead bodies of their victims floating on river.
Wow.
So if the youth keep quiet, it will go down. But let's Lorenzo just he's been on ground and sees all that's going on.
Thank you.
You asked a question about POS. I think that's the least of the crimes that they've committed. That's the least.
Wow.
Using POS, if they just commit POS and they say transfer money, we'll consider them robbers of some sort. But going the extra mile of even killing people.
Wow.
That is, of course, POS is a normal thing. I've seen it. I have seen it.
Oh, Lord.
They stopped me driving, and they told me that I bought that. Okay, when they found out I was a pressman, they said I was driving. Why did I buy? They asked me why I bought a car that Yahoo Boys buy. So they had made Avalon and then called it
Yahoo Boys. Oh no. This is sad.
Lack of education. They need lights in their brains. And then did you see the story of the man in Okuzu that the son was taken?
Yes.
And after the boy had been killed, they made the man sell the land, took the money, 3 million naira from the man, and made the man go into that river, Izu River, to look for his son. Wow. So the man was in that water, finding bodies to find his son.
Wow.
So the night I saw a video of a man of a man in the synagogue church that was testifying, that was asking for help.
Yes.
I
saw that video too.
I could not sleep. I cried all night. And that was when I realized that there's a possibility that we are not dealing with human beings. Because how else do you explain that? I couldn't even watch some videos. There's some videos I saw where they're shooting. I couldn't even watch them. They will shoot like, what kind of, they don't even have, we call it a still small voice. I choose to call it conscience. That thing that tells you, hey, you have a child at home. It's not there. So the whole psychological or psychiatric process before becoming a policeman is not even there. Of course, they're supposed to check some of these things to help. Because I was scared of, I got my car, I have an eye issue, and I wanted to tint my glasses. But I can't. Because I would have become a criminal, and one day they would just shoot without even asking questions.
No kidding. Wow.
You don't get, if your car has tinted glasses, forget it. You're a suspect.
Ike is Lincoln now, so he doesn't understand. When
on my street, people were young boys will be arrested, and they say that and be donated crimes to. This is what you committed, and they will be convinced. By the time they punish you, you'll be so convinced. You want to accept that it's your own truth, that you actually, that way you probably you think you'll be set free, you will not. Still. Okay, so the last experience that I saw that made me join the protest from the first day was 4 16-year-old girls that were taken in UNN. 16-year-old girls. Why? They were watching police SARS chase a boy driving a Venza.
Okay.
They were arrested and taken to the SARS office, and that was called upon.
Wow.
Now, before I arrived at the place, they are on their notice board. They've written their names and then attached crimes.
Wow.
So this one, a member of a cult group. This one, armed robbery suspect. So there's some things you don't even know how to face them. You don't even know how to talk about them. And we are all supposed to be in the same nation. And the problem is that all these people are known. They know their homes, they know who they are, they know what they're talking. The protest that happened in Nsukka, people were carrying placards with names of the people and pictures of the police officers.
Wow.
That he wanted out. And that was when I said, okay, now we have started. We have begun. We just started. So, and sometimes you see them drive certain cars that they're not theirs. They're probably some other person. I mean, I've heard the story of a boy they took his car. That was it. And then missing persons here and there. I mean, police brutality has been on for a long time in Nigeria. In fact, I remember in 2004 or so, or 5, that the whole Nsukka town was shut down. UN students were protesting, some secondary school boys that were killed. It wasn't their business, in quotes. Shut down the town and went to the police station. Till today, of course, because some highly placed people were involved, the case was just shut down just like that. But at the end of the day, I think this is our breaking point. And if we fail now, if we don't continue to fight, that will be the end of it. Leaving Nigeria, I'll come to Canada. Yeah,
no kidding. I mean, again, like I said, and I keep on saying it each time I get a little slight moment here. Nigeria is now or never. And I think before we end today's show, I will play that song again. We started with it. You remember, by Sonny Okosun. For the Indomie generation, you might not know Sonny, but it was another prophetical song. It was another prophetical song. But it's now or never. I keep saying it. It might shock you that I had an experience. You see, And you know I'm married to a Caucasian, and we were visiting Nigeria. And to, of course, not to my greatest surprise, but to her greatest surprise, we were stopped by a policeman that was totally drunk. And I'm not kidding. Like he couldn't stand one place, and yet he had a gun. And he was swinging it on our face, on the car. Stop! Hey, stop! And his colleagues were like, take it easy, take it easy. And I'm looking, I'm a clergyman, I'm with my collar, I'm looking. I'm like, what's going on here? And finally he approaches, the car by the side of the window. You could smell the alcohol. That wasn't a one-day alcohol. It was days of alcohol. And he was on uniform and had a gun. And so he said to me, your particulars. Of course, because I grew up in Nigeria, I took my particulars, gave him, he looked at it, and he went off. He said, men like you, I have men like you in my jail. Because he saw that I was putting on a collar. And I looked at him, I said, sir, with all due respect, I have men like you on my counseling table. And the remaining colleagues of his started laughing, and they literally had to pull him away. And my wife, a foreigner, as in Caucasian, because by marriage she's Nigerian as well, was looking at the whole thing. I was like, what is going on here? I mean, we visited for my father's 70th some 6 years ago now, and they couldn't allow us to. I mean, my parents were scared for us to go out and visit friends. Why? Watch it. Not because of what will be done to us, but rather what will be done to them. As in the way of they will be kidnapped and ransom will be asked them from us, right? And so, it became a sensitive thing that we watch when and where we went, because we didn't want to come back to Canada and they will not be safe because their children just visited and left. So, like Lauren said, corruption is the root of all these things. So when I hear people say they've ended SARS now, go back. No! Go back to where? Go back to where? I hear some elders saying, young people, give the government time to now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, please. Eyes.
We can't see you, but we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you. Go on.
I had an experience. I had an experience that was very funny. Now wasn't funny on that day. It was I just got down from long travel from the east, and when I got down, my younger brother came to pick me with the wife, and we couldn't find a cab to take us to his house. So he went down further looking for a cab, and I was standing with the wife, and then suddenly I see this cab, and I flagged the cab down, and I'm trying to negotiate with the guy. 2 buses filled with policemen. Maybe they were coming from a wedding or a party, or they were all drunk, shouting and singing like Aye boys on their t-shirt uniforms. Okay. They were coming and they started shouting on the cab guy to get out of the way. And so I asked the guy to go because I had already seen they were all drunk. So when the guy drove off, they turned, they wanted to go after him. So I was like, to stand in for him, I was like, hey, he has gone, sorry. They stopped the bus, opened the door, and everybody in the bus slapped me on the same cheek. All the policemen.
You're kidding me.
How many of them?
On the same cheek. I'm talking about more than 15 people, because we are all slapping each other and they were drunk. So the one person will come down and slap me on my left cheek. The other person will come down, slap me on the same cheek. Everybody was slapping me on that same, all of them. The whole bus slapped me of electricity.
When was this? Because
and people came and started begging them, you know, now, woman, leave now. And I didn't do anything.
Wow.
And that was how they drove up. They were able to calm them down. But now they're trying to take me away, and they calmed them down, and they and their horses and drove off.
Your friend.
And I was grateful to God that my younger brother was not close. Today they drove off. The wife was already crying.
Hey!
They drove off. He just came with in that found, and he saw because he would have people now. He wants to fight for me and
yes. This is the country. This is the country.
This is sad.
This is the country. How can such a thing happen? You know, how can such a thing happen? And the sadness of it all is that it's become the norm of the day. That this event that she just narrated is taken as the least of the things that happen. You know, that's so sad.
The sad commentary is that people are better treated than their own country. That's to say, you are in Canada, you're not from Canada, but you're more well treated in Canada, where you're not from, than your country, where you're from. And you get a country, which should have been safer. That's when you get, more careful. I remember I had an experience. This one was with the mobile.
I don't think that's good at all. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
I was traveling back to Enugu in a bus, a Pisma transit bus. We got to Ijonka, and this drunk policeman, drunk again, parked us. Now, in this case, he was not searching us, and he was not letting us go. The sun was very hot that afternoon. And I don't know what happened to me, but I just lost it. I was seated at the back. So I said, officer, if you want to search us, search us. If you don't search us, let us go. But who said that? I said it. And in fact, I don't know what came over me because people were afraid for me. They said, so I said it. And the worst you will do is to cock your gun and shoot people.
Wow.
But at the same time, you don't have a so people were like talking, kind of. I said, how many times do people die?
Wow.
I said, once. So, what's wrong with us? So, while I was not going to come down from the bus. If you want to shoot. So eventually, the army guys, because it was a joint patrol between army and the Boko guys.
Yes.
One just came and tapped him at the back and say, very soon they will come out this your uniform. So, he now said, our driver can move. When we started moving, I said, what? I don't know. But somebody said, he had kind of window. And speaking maybe Imo. He had kind of that's
window.
Is this way supposed to be? It's not supposed to be. So we had better die. So I started educating the people in the bus. I said, you are the reason why they do what they do. If I raise my voice, every one of you started shouting. In fact, quickly they will tell us to leave. But you're afraid. Are you really alive?
Hey.
That's what these protesters are saying. If this is not, if it's not life, then we had better all die.
Absolutely.
This is not life.
It's not life. It's not life.
I'm not sure I want to say something. I'm just feeling sad that wasn't able to find at least one person to hold on to, or the vehicle. There has to be, in recent times, we don't let certain things go by just like that.
Yes, shouldn't.
And it has worked for me, and it can work for anybody else. People, ordinary tweets saved my friend from SARS Okuzu.
Okay.
I was there. We woke up in the morning. I slept in Okuzu, in my friend's place, and they saw a car in their land. A car, old car, parked there. They ignored it all day. Around about 4 hours later, some guys came to the house, and suddenly they were sad. So who owns that car? So we don't know. Said, who owns the land? I said, it's my friend Emeka. That was it. They arrested Emeka.
Wow.
For owning the land. Meanwhile, the owner, the car, they said the car was stolen from Enugu and parked there. It was robbed. So the question now is, so it's will I steal a car and then come up in front, like a bush far from us, not like it's really close to the house. So that moment, as we were getting to their station, we went on Twitter with the hashtag release Emeka. Everybody started tweeting, and in less than 2 hours, calls were coming in. They said, "Get out! Right, go!" People that were discussing 280,000 were now saying, "Leave this place." Yeah, you see they here, trouble. Come out here, trouble. Because we are all keeping quiet. We're all keeping quiet. It's important to speak up. So we are already all in it. One boy was coming from Enugu to join us in the protest, from Oka to join us in the Enugu protest, and he was stopped by the police. And immediately they were telling him, "Okay, you're going to." I will shoot you. The guy came and said that he told him, "Shoot me. I'm suicidal. I've been looking for who to kill me."
Wow.
That there's nothing he's looking for. He was shouting, telling, "Kill me!" And he put his hand. When you're ready to die, that's what you do. That's when you start leading.
Yes.
When you're ready.
Yes. I mean, you put it rightly, like the Igbo man will say, "Nkela wondo." This is no more life. This is not life. Chigo is writing here. We see what you're saying. Nigeria have been numbed for so long. They don't realize they are not alive. So I am so glad that there is an awakening. That's what we are celebrating. There is an awakening. And anybody, I want to say this and be clear about it. This is my stand. I know people, the elderly ones, do not want people to die. And therefore, they are advising the young people to, go back and wait for the government. Wait for the government for 60 years. Are you kidding me? Okay? I'm part of the people telling people in Lekki Bridge right now, go with floodlights. So when they shut off the light, you on your floodlight with your I pass my neighbor generators. We still have I pass my neighbor generators. Go there, put on floodlights, and let drones be flying all over the place and get this man on video. Okay? Because enough is enough.
This nation can work. I protested in Lagos, in and Africa. I saw how things are being done. You know that they provided spots for charging your phones. They won't allow you to come with your charger. They provided your charger, so you don't have to say I'm collecting my charger. Everything was organized.
Wow.
They were sweeping, and if they mess up this place, in the next second it's cleaned up.
Yes.
I was making video of people sweeping. You see a man that has served as a medical doctor for years, and he's sweeping the main road.
Wow.
You see a lawyer that is getting food, serving people. You see, oh gosh, you see people were opening their cars and saying, "Okay, I have only one bottle of water, but you can have it."
Wow.
Let's stay here. Let's tarry. Let's face. This country can work, and it will work.
Yes.
Now, by 10 p.m. today, I will be hooking up with all of you.
Okay.
Because the conversation will continue.
Yes.
I can't be talking about love tonight.
No. Which love is greater than this? Which love is greater than this?
At 10 p.m., I am going to start another conversation, and I'm going to give people opportunity to vent. PM to 1 a.m.
It's part of the healing. It's part of the healing. People need to vent. People need to. I'm glad you are saying that again. If you can write on the Facebook chat your radio distance, so I can can equally tune in to vent is part of healing. Vent is part of even the Bible says that what greater love has no man than this, that he laid his life for his friends. What are you talking about? I called my wife yesterday. I haven't seen what was happening. I looked at her. I said, babe, just to let you know, if I have the money now and the airports are open, I will be in Nigeria, and I will be marching. People that know me know me. People that know me know me. Some of us are not scared to die. What are you talking about? We preach that heaven is a better place. You think I'm kidding? What are you talking about? Yes. You think I'm the one taking care of my wife and my daughter now? No, it's God. Think it's me? It's God that is taking care of them. Huh? Nigeria, now or never. Nigeria, the Africa as a continent is waiting for the manifestation of sons of Nigeria to be liberated as a continent. As a continent. Africa is waiting for Nigeria, their liberation. And the young people have been given. I tell people this. Let me share this with you. You see, you've never had me share this. I mean, you know me, but you've never. I was born in 1977. I was born in 1977. What happened in 1977? You remember, you see, First Act, Lagos, when we introduced all the demons in Africa to Nigeria. And history has it. Go back, and when I'm done what I'm saying, go back and check your history. The nation Nigeria has not remained the same since 1977. Things started going down. And I believe my age group, age mates, in Igbo land we do it 5 years, around the year you were born. I believe we are part of the people that should lend our voices, making sure things are done right. Because we, in that age bracket, saw a little bit of a better Nigeria than the millenniums that never saw it. They are beginning. Look at the eyes. Policemen got out that are drunk, were slapping her, and she said it wasn't funny then, that it's funny. No, it's not funny now. Are you kidding me? It's not funny now. How can it be funny? But it's become the norm of the day that things like that, she is celebrating that she came out not dead, and therefore she can go with being abused by people that took oaths to protect her, and it's become the norm of the day. And I'm being told that if it's just POS, that is okay. No, it's not okay. That's not life. That is not life. That's not the way things work in any part of the world. What are we talking about? And yet Nigeria keeps on. Come to Canada. Go to United States. Harvard last year, when medical students graduated, a majority of them were Nigerians. Every other place, every other country, people know us, and they know what we bring to the table. And all they painted Nigeria is that we are all 419ers. And what our government have succeeded and continue to do is to make us look worse than we are even called. My mom says one thing. She will always say, I repeat again. In other words, don't become that which you are being chastised, or you are being called, or you are being downgraded. Don't become that. It's time for us to stop allowing our governances to govern us like animals. Time has come. And another stupid thing they are doing now, they are beginning to separate us again, like I've said. Guys, see these things happening. They are beginning to separate us because they want to do divide and rule. Igbos, we start, I've seen protests happening in Onitsha now. The Biafrans, they block the river and say they've taken their land. The Oduduwas will now take it. No. We are all in this together. We will get this. We will get this out together. What are you talking about? What are you talking? You know how many Igbo businessmen have established businesses in Lagos, in the northern side of Nigeria as well. And now are you trying to repeat Biafra war, where we were left with 20 pounds of the currency?
It will be difficult for them to divide the youth. Sorry, I have to run.
Yes. As a matter of fact, we pass an hour. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So again, we will continue. Can you tell us the address of the radio station? We will continue because I think tonight I'm going to vent. I hope you have time for me on your show. I'm going to vent because I'm just starting my venting. I'm just starting my venting. Yeah. But tell us the address again so we can tune in.
For those of you who are in Enugu, of course, this is 94.5 Urban Radio.
Yes.
But then if you're not in Enugu, I will try to send the mobile app.
Yes.
As you can just download the mobile app.
Yeah, I'll post it on my page. I'll post it on my page.
Yeah, so I'll be hooking up Lorenzo. If I get Chimera's number 2, I will hook up with her.
Yes.
So that she can say something about what's going on. And then, of course, the priest is also going to be joining us.
Oh, I'll be there live, brother. I'll be there with you tonight. Yeah. Thank you again, UC, for tonight. Those that joined us, thank you, UC. Thank you, Eyes. You can see your personal story has gotten some of us like, this is crazy. Thank you, Lawrence, for joining. Thank you, Ugo Kings. Suddenly we couldn't get Jay Martins because he had other arrangement, but I know within the week we'll get him. Thank you, everybody. The conversation continues. Tune in to the LFM. I will post it on my wall. The conversation continues. Listen, guys. If you love Nigeria, it's now or never. Thank you. The conversation continues.